What's up, guys? How's everybody doing today? It's crypto in the morning. You see the shields. You see I got a little bit of natural light going on in here, so if you notice any beauty, just know production quality going up around here. Anyway, except for Sam's earbuds. He's still he loves his earbuds. He can't help himself. Anyway, guys, we have a good show today. Sam's been geeking out for 2 days straight about all sorts of fun concepts. So basically, we're just going to dive into the thick of his brain for 20, 30 minutes. We'll probably invite someone on. We're anyone who provides liquidity for money, anyone who provides, and I'm not saying anyone who has provided liquidity before. I'm not saying that. Someone who provides liquidity often as a resource in their life. Kind of want to have someone on like that because both me and Sam have never done that. I've never done it at all. So anyways, now I'm talking too much. Guys, this is Crypto in the Morning. I know I switched the name because, guys, I'm not going to lie to you. The algorithm and Hex does not get along. It does in some ways and does in others. It's like it's kind of inclusive, but at the same time, if I'm Crypto in the Morning and I have Hex banners everywhere and Hex shields on the wall, I think it gets the point across, but at the same time, I'm not going to lie to anyone. It really makes the algorithm move a little smoother when you're not jamming a specific brand in front of it. But that way, I'm just all transparency here. I can get a more broad audience by doing that, Sam. And I know Sam knows that. And then I can let them know what I'm all about anyway. So it kind of works out. And anyone who says otherwise can suck on my, not going to say anything because my parents are probably watching. Guys, GRC.
Young folks, you tripping on them motherfucker.
Richard Heart. Richard Heart.
Bought my Hex from the fucking start. Point one every day we mark. Bought my Hex from the fucking start. Sacrificing all this bread like I'm Richard Hart. Got paid on big payday and I had a hairy start. Now I'm checking on my pulse just to check my heart. Bought my Hex from the fucking start. Sacrificing all this bread like I'm Richard Hart. Got paid on big payday and I had a hairy start. Now I'm checking on my pulse just to check my heart. Checking my MetaMask moving. Look at the Hex, he is mooning. Looking at why they be choosing. Peter is why they be losing. Pulsechain's out, now get me a check. He's gas up and it got me a mess. Remember the times he died, collect. Hex had me eating, I'm dying in the best. Getting this back like a year ago. Getting this Pulsechain lingo. Swerving the ring like a Lambo. Getting this back like a year ago. Getting this Pulsechain lingo. Swerving the ring like a Lambo. Bought my Hex from the fucking start. Sacrificing all this bread like I'm Richard Hart. Got paid on big payday and I had a hairy start. Now I'm checking on my pulse just to check my heart. Bought my Hex from the fucking start. Sacrificing all this bread like I'm Richard Hart. Got paid on big payday and I had a hairy start. Now I'm checking on my pulse just to check my heart. Richard Hart. Richard Hart. Richard Hart. Richard Hart.
What's up, fam?
What's up?
Shoot. We're back.
Good.
Hey,
How you doing?
how's everybody doing? Sam.
I am doing fantastic.
Crypto in the Morning. I got to get used to saying it. Everyone's going to be so pissed at me. Blah, blah, blah. Change the name. I don't care.
It definitely applies to a broader audience of people, but there's going to be more competition for a broader audience if you're putting crypto in the
Competition?
morning.
What did you just say? I don't see
No,
competition. There's none of that in my life. I haven't seen it yet. Other than Sam, but he hasn't never met him, so he's not,
So when oh, look at that, Bradley already in the
Lincoln.
comments, dude. What's up?
Bradley, you're an absolute player, an alpha male, and
Poindexter.
I can see that your T levels are quite high due to your beard. Due to your beard. Oh wait, we're not. I try to be in the beginning of the show, try to be a little cleaner. Guys, Bradley Lincoln, thank you so much for donating. I appreciate you so much.
we
Sam, I have a little tea brewing in the background, so I'm going to grab it off the kettle. Why don't you let everyone know what kind of research you were diving into last night?
I did a preview. I'm going to say hi to the comments. We progressed through the show as in like G-rated, then it's like PG-rated, and then
it gets R-rated randomly.
Like really, there's just like little snippets of R-rated shit.
Everyone's pumped about the show this morning. We got Jenkins. We got Wales only. Yo, found you finally, Jim Rat. What's good, Jenkins? You found me, Doug. What's up, guys? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Motley's here. Motley. And then Kyle. I want to give a shout out to Kyle because he's always in here sending a really nice message. Good morning from Hollywood, y'all. Morning routine is smashing this like for our boys, GRC and Sam. Yeah, crush the day, knock out the audition today. Dude, that's what I'm saying. Thank you so much for the comments. But dude, our motivation is so good and high in the morning. And we're so hyped, like generally, that it just helps people probably because some people aren't that way in the morning as much.
Oh, yeah.
I'm fired up like a jackrabbit out of hell in the morning. I don't know what is wrong with me, guys, but I've always been that way. That's why the show is in the morning for me.
No, literally, we were doing it at what 1 o'clock or something. I don't remember what time we were doing it, and it was like, this is not working out for me. Let's do something. We were both thinking the same thing. Let's just do it earlier in the morning because it works out better for both of us. So we switched it to 11 o'clock.
Tell the people some of that stuff you've been getting into. Just to give them a little tidbit about providing liquidity. Some of the questions you have. Some of the things you've learned.
Well, I'll share this this comment because this came through on Twitter. And somebody, I think it was on Twitter, maybe it was on Instagram, but I think it looks like it's Twitter. And I got this question, and I know that if somebody's asking me this question, that there has to be other people that also have this question. And I did a video on like providing liquidity, but to go through and explain it, because if he's seeing this, the last, let's read through this first, and then we'll talk about it. If y'all would ever have anyone on your morning show to talk about some of Pulsech's questions, I'd also be interested to hear about impermanent loss by LPs if the price is just going to be bought up forever. Wouldn't make a ton of sense as an LP to me. I still wasn't a fan of the answers I've seen on Twitter. So this last portion of what he sent over, did you see this, GRC? He's like, hey, can you guys get somebody on the show? In the top section there, but then he goes on to say,
I'm gonna read it one more time just so I can get it. If y'all would ever have someone on, your morning show to talk about, this is Southern Man, some of the Pulsex question, also be interested to hear about impermanent loss by LPs. Another thing we were mentioning earlier, impermanent loss does not mean I lost all my money. If you sell at a loss and lock in your losses, then you've experienced impermanent loss and lost your money. But impermanent loss as a phrase is just about a ratio, really. But it'll all settle back up if you just stay in the pool, right, Sam?
What? T-Bird. Yeah, well, I made a whole other example. So let's go through. We can go through that example now, but let's say hi to T-Bird. Keep bringing the heat.
Keep bringing the heat. Thank you so much, T-Bird. I appreciate that so much. Obviously, helps the channel. Thank you, dude. You're a beast. Thanks for always showing up and commenting and stuff.
Thanks for everybody. Thanks for everybody to show up with your time and your energy to leave a comment, to take a moment out of your day to say what's good here. That's awesome. You guys are fucking awesome.
And we're not going to pretend like we're the smartest dudes about liquidity that are known to mankind. Who would have thought? We're going to actually say that we're just learning. So guys, right today, it sounds like for the first 20, 30 minutes, we're going to be learning and asking questions about liquidity, providing liquidity, the potential benefits. Another thing, Sam, is I hear a lot of people provide liquidity as almost like a diversification kind of, at some point.
Talk to me about that. What do you mean?
Well, people also provide liquidity sometimes, and they say it as almost like a service. They want the network to be good. So like whether they're making the exact same gains as like a 15-year stake, they don't really care, because they might have other investments at that point. Usually when I hear of LPing, I hear of larger economic mass.
And I think what you're mentioning also goes to what Satoshi BLBD was saying yesterday, in the sense that when you are when you can see an increase in liquidity, there's a peripheral or like a ripple effect across cryptos that are correlated with that. So I definitely think that is like a piece of it. Also, you mentioned you don't actually lose the money until you sell. So like people are like, oh, impermanent loss, and like they think about it, but it's like the same thing that people just like to just look at negative shit instead of fully understanding a concept and realizing that like it's only a loss if you sell your shit. And during that time, you could have easily made, way more than you would have lost. Like, so, and I put together.
And that's why we don't like trading in general, Sam, right? Like it's kind of the same concept. It's like if you just chilled out and added money little by little, you would have gotten all of the access to the inflationary gains. It would have just been as your stack got bigger from the money you're putting in rather than trading, doubling up. But there is a guy in our chat right now who loves to trade, but he's a hexacan. He's full bred. He loves hex and he pushes hex every day. His name's Crypto Jenkins. He has a really good channel. He does TA pretty much. So all the shit that we shit on, but like, obviously it's good. And obviously some people love it. And there's people do that shit all day long.
Well, so there's like an economic argument, right? So on the one hand, right, it's in the equity market and the stocks and bonds, TA is not super valuable if you look at any of the data, right? Now, if you think of it like, okay, TA is not valuable, okay, cool, people should never do that, and then everybody stops doing it. That's when it becomes valuable because nobody's doing it. So there's always this ebb and flow where you're going in one direction versus the other direction. If nobody does TA, then it is valuable. If everybody's doing TA, then it is not valuable. And you have to flip-flop back and forth on this seesaw as we are like on this journey. And as things are like
when Elon calls the top, you sell. I mean, when Elon is pushing something, generally that means it's going out to a lot of fucking people. That means people already know the information, already understood by people. Rich people already heard about it. So it's like you also got to look at the way information is given. Who is it given to? Is it in front of a large audience? Always fake if it's in front of a large audience. To be honest, that, Sam. So it's like if somebody's doing a press conference with 300 people, their verbiage is 100% different than if they're with somebody one-on-one.
That was one of the things when we talked about hacks, when you first told me, you'd be like, so what do you know about when something is sensitive? It's like immediately, oh, it's probably the truth, right? Like as soon as
you said we were like connecting those dots, and we were both like, yeah, everything we do, they say was the lie. And everything we do has worked out great for us personally, not everyone, obviously.
Correct. So I think that so on the TA thing, I'd love to talk to somebody who says that they do it full time and dive into that deeper, because
I'll send them a link.
With TA, I think it could be far more valuable in crypto than it is in equity because the markets are just less efficient. Right? And as more and more people do it in crypto, it becomes less and less profitable. And then there's that point where you're like, okay, it's not profitable anymore, right? Kind of thing. And you've got that seesaw going back and forth. And there's maybe not enough people in it right now. So it is extremely profitable. Potentially, I don't know. So I wanted to talk to somebody because if there is people doing it and really try to dive in to understand what they're doing to get a better idea of the value prop that they have behind that kind of thing. So if you're in Pulsechain and EUSDC pool, then the IL
will be much worse than if you're providing liquidity for the hex pair, which will likely run together because of Hart's law. Whoa. Okay. Again, now when I hear a statement like this, right? So this is what I think right away. I don't even have to read the specifics of it. There's way too many factors. There's too many. I'm a factor guy, Sam. When there's too many factors, I'm like, I don't like the idea because it doesn't make sense anymore. Like it doesn't, like between Pulse, USDC, the geopolitical climate, war, the rates. If they raise the rates, Sam.
Yeah. Yep.
No, I know Jenkins is the GOAT. He just loves the shit.
Well, that's why I would like to talk to somebody like
I
that.
sent him a link. Hey,
Yeah.
Jenkins, I sent you a link. Come on in and talk for 20, 30 minutes if you're bored. I'd love to introduce you to everyone, and you could shill your channel, and not that you shill it, but just for fun. Fuck it, dude. Come on over. I streamed with Jenkins one time.
If you share, I just shared the screen with you.
Yes, sir.
In terms of the example, I tried to make this. Hold on, let me make it bigger.
He said, hold on, I want to read that one.
Okay. Cool. Can you read it out loud? I made my thing small, so I can't.
He said, I've made more money sitting in my chair doing TA than I could dream of working a job for the next 50 years. Yeah, I know. I totally agree with that. That's
why we need to talk to Jenkins, right? Because if you look at the equity markets,
yeah, he's a beast. He's probably good as fuck.
Correct. And right, they could be super profitable.
Yes, Jenkins, you fucking stud. Oh,
that was one of those R-rated moments. We need to have like a bleeping sound where we can just press a button.
I'm gonna have a soundboard soon enough. I'll have a soundboard soon enough, and I'll have a nice little secretary that stays here with me.
And then just like a quack sound when it comes out.
So it'll be like.
Like a fart, or a toilet flushing. Okay, so
hey guys, new to crypto, love the talk shows in the morning. Thanks guys for being so informative and helping me learn as much about Pulse and Hex. Also, what is TA? TA means technical analysis. It basically means guys looking at charts and then extrapolating the data to think about what the future prices could potentially be, therefore having an advantage on everyone.
Yes, that's the idea behind it, at least. So when you pairing that with fundamental analysis and some other things, right? Like clearly there are people out there that do it and they believe themselves to be profitable. So
Chad energy. It's Friday, guys. Hey, me and Sam don't really see Fridays for what they are, but happy for everyone else that is enjoying, that's working, and gets to get the day off after a couple more hours here.
Well, yeah, it is funny how you don't see Fridays as like the day.
I didn't know it was Friday until I checked the date like fucking 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, because it's just another day. It's just like I want to continue working on Saturday. It doesn't change.
I'll be up at 4 a.m. tomorrow, guys. You want to join me? You know why? Because I don't like doing anything else for some reason. I still can't figure it out, Sam. Like that's been my only answer for people. They're like, why do you wake up so early? And I'm like, I don't know what else to do. That's all I say. I'm like, this is all I want to me. It's like, okay, you wake up right away, you get to work. I don't
know what I'm not just, if anything, I'm just going to waste time playing on my phone. Like, well, I would much rather do something productive.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, when does it stop being emotional? Because it used to be such an emotional experience for me, waking up, what's going on in the day? How do I feel? It was like a whole thing. Like now it's just like, oh, I got a busy situation, let's get to work here, because you can only get advantage by working and everyone else can only get a disadvantage by not working. So
and then it builds on top of it. So if you can get 2 or 3 more things done today, then it pulls in stuff for tomorrow so that you can learn faster or just grow faster. The more just shit you can accomplish. It's like, I completely agree. We're
bringing in Chad Jenkins to the chat. What up, Chad Jenkins?
Good morning, boys. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Hang on, give me 1 second. Let me fix these headphones. My puppy is actually taking a nap in my lap right now, and I was just watching you guys, and I'm like, whatever. I'll hop on the stream with you guys, talk a little bit.
Well, when you see a familiar face and someone who streams, it's always nice to invite them on because spread the love. Why not? I like your shit. Everyone gives everyone a hard time for doing whatever, but at the end of the day, people do TA all day long. People will continue to do TA all day long. And in general, doing that stuff is a bad idea, but there are professionals at stuff or people that have done it better than others, right?
I mean, like, oh yeah, go ahead, Sam.
I had a question. So is it really Chad or do you just go by Jenkins?
Yeah, I'm Jenkins. I go, like, Chad came from this whole thing of like just being like basically a degenerate and just and during the bear market, there's a bunch of meme coins that are ripping off and making a ton of gains. And all the quote unquote Chads in those communities are the ones that pump the price and get the gains. So while meme season was kind of hot during the Hex dip. I went full Chad mode, made a lot of money, and just took the name and ran with it. So
how did you decide to start streaming, and how did that to be a part of your process? Was that before you found crypto, or was that
when I started streaming?
Yeah.
So I started streaming. I've been in the markets for years and years and years. Crypto not as long.
Markets? Okay.
Yeah. So crypto, I started crypto like actual investing, not trading, like 2018. I've been like a forex trader for like since 2015. But I've been doing markets and like technical analysis, just trying to make money off trading, which it's not like the best way to do things, obviously. But I decided to start streaming last year. I haven't even been on the internet for more than a year, as crazy as it sounds. But I started streaming last year because through Hex, I realized the power in Hex and what this whole ecosystem, what's being built right now, just the true power in it. Saw the people in the community, people like Whales Only in them. Always watched their content. Richard Hart, obviously the man himself. But then I realized in the Hex community, there wasn't really a person that looks at charts kind of like a full technical analysis aspect. I know Whales has those charts that are just next level, looking at the world, tying things into itself, but just a simple straight to it, like, oh, what's price doing? What's it look like it's going towards? Stuff like that.
Do you mind pulling up the Hex or the BTC chart and just like maybe showing us like 2 minutes or 3 minutes of what maybe it would look like for you in the morning when you looked?
Yeah.
And what? So you, Chad, you had mentioned in 2015 you started doing forex, right?
Yeah.
So were you still working traditional W-2 type job, or did you have your own business that was also generating income?
I was just a normal person working a job and just trading on the side. And trust me, I would say I'm good at technical analysis. No one's perfect. It is impossible to be right 100% of the time. If you're doing TA, you're going to be wrong all the time. It's like death, taxes, and being wrong eventually is going to happen. But it's all about being right more than you're wrong. And also, being having a strategy. You got to, if you're trading, cutting your losses, set a goal. Like if the price goes this way, this much negative, take my loss and get out, But no, I was working a normal job for years and years. I was not profitable in the markets until about 2018, 2019. So it was like 3-4 years of maybe break even at best, but lost. But that's what the internet never saw. I mean, they only saw me and Hex while the bull run was going. Everyone's at all-time highs.
So you said you switched around 2018. So you said that like you were profitable in 2018, so that was also when you switched. So you stopped trading forex, and that was when you got into Hex.
No. So in 2018, that's when I started investing into actual cryptos. But even then, I wasn't even on like a decentralized exchange. I was still using Coinbase, buying Ethereum and little all the not generic, but the general coins that everyone knows in the space. But I was still trading. I've stopped actual leverage trading in like early 2020. Once I realized the power of Hex, I was like, you know what? I don't need to be trading my money. I just put all my money into Hex, and I'll still buy coins and sell coins, whenever a new one pops up, but I don't do that publicly. I mean, when I went Chad mode the past few months, I did that not publicly, but like in my own little Telegram group. I kept it separate from, the Hex community, but there's a lot of people that wanted it
on stream too.
You said what?
I was watching your Chad mode stuff a little bit on stream, but more so when you were talking about it. A lot of those meme coins, when you bring them up, and like a lot of people do bring them up, it is interesting to hear about some of the pumps because people don't realize they actually do occur. They do occur. Like at some point, Doge is going to outperform Bitcoin at the top of the cycle, whatever time the cycle is.
Yeah, and the thing is too, like my position. I mean, Jim Rat, me. I know you've been a part of my streams when I was doing the Chad stuff. I pulled back. Like I went Chad mode. I made my money. I cashed out my profits. I'm good. I'm back focused on X. Like I'm not dedicating my life to being a degenerate Chad person. It's just like, no, I wanted to make some money while all these.
Are you letting your people know that a healthy lifestyle could be because it's like a rabbit hole, right? And if you don't tame it at all, you're just going to go down the rabbit hole. Do you think that as you get older, I'm just assuming more healthy, a little bit more conscious of certain things, has helped you, or do you think it's just like you're just trying not to get wrecked?
I would say it's helped me. Just, I mean, I don't think I understand your question actually. If you want to,
are you in a better headspace now than you were as a youngster when you were starting to trade?
Oh yeah.
healthy wise.
Trading is not good for a person without the experience. And even if you have the experience and you trade, like you can only get so far. That's why, like, you watch my streams and I was doing all the chat stuff. I tell people, like, physically, hey, I'm in this coin. Don't buy it. It could rug pull. I'm the only person that's doing the opposite of shilling a coin that I'm actually buying, because I know, like, how the negative externality that comes along with it. But yeah, no,
Well, that's why
definitely in a
your
better
channel's
state of mind.
successful.
Well,
Your
I
channel's
wanna-
successful because of that.
What did you? How did you? Are you working a traditional type of job now?
Not anymore, thankfully.
When did that transition take place, and like how did that happen?
Yeah, like 2020. I'm trying to think, like late 2020, once Hex really kind of started to pump. When, Hex was under a penny for a long time, and then when it ran from like a penny to 50 cents, I was like, okay, I'm kind of good. And then I had a bunch of liquid stuff, and then all these other meme I actually had the real capital to buy a random ass meme coins. Some of them would rug me. I'm like, whatever, it's money I'm willing to lose at this point. But because 98% of my foundation is staked in Hex for the long term. So even if I mess up my entire, if I make every bad financial decision for the next 5 years, my Hex is going to protect me from this. So,
And if you make one good one with one of those bets, you might double retire.
Yeah. Like literally the past 3 months while Hex was going down, I just trading meme coins. I quadrupled my liquid Hex bag, and I'm good. Like, I don't need to buy any more meme coins. Like, I tell people, you set your goal, you get it, get out, and then I just go back to Hex. That's my safe haven. Got a bunch more T shares and stuff, but I know a lot of people want me to stay like fully Chad degenerate about things. I'm like, I could be, but
who
it's
wants
like,
you to say that?
I hit my goal because there's people that follow me and they love my streams about
they
that.
love
but
the
it's like,
degens part of it.
they love that, but it's like, guys, I'm sorry. Like, I did what I had to do, but there's people like B Roots out there that do this for a living.
Be honest with them that you're doing it because you're protecting yourself too.
Absolutely. And I that's the thing. Once you make money, it's like the emotion comes with that. It's like losing money, that emotion is not fun. Making money, that emotion can steer you off your actual path and plan. So it's like you have to just set a goal, hit a goal, get out. That's exactly what I did. I got my nut in the crypto market and got out. Now I'm back in.
So the vast majority of what you're talking about in terms of, you're not, like you said, 2% of your portfolio. Obviously, this is just like you're like an estimate, but you don't really know if it's just 2% you're trading with. But you're only just doing this for fun on the side, not as a living to provide.
Not as a living at all. I tried that for years and years and years. It does not work. I mean, even if it works, you're gonna get hit. If you turn, let's say, $100 into $100,000, you take that first $30,000 loss, that's still gonna hurt just as bad. Losing money is always gonna hurt, no matter how much money you make. It's just not a good mentality to put yourself in.
I want to tell people exactly why. And Chad, I mean, Jenkins knows this. The reason traders always fail has nothing to do with the trading part. Has everything to do with the habit that they form and the receptor activity that it just really, because I gambled for 365 days straight, not crypto, sports gambling with a bookie every single day, studying all day long. Literally all day long, just booking. It was horrible, but it was fucking great. And anyway, I just realized it has not. I won so much, lost so much, this, that, and the other, up and down and up and down. And I was just like, all this is doing is making sure that I do this again at some point. And all that I know is eventually someone is going to break their ankle, tear their ACL. Running back's going to get hurt, and I'm going to lose because of that. Yeah. And then I was just like, this doesn't make sense anymore. Too many variables. Like I always say to Sam, I'm like, because I have trauma from the sports betting.
Yeah.
And it's just like, guys, the habits that you form, I could probably
talk about that.
Disciplined.
Talk about in terms of the habits you're forming, in terms of like the emotional highs and lows.
Dude, when you win $20,000 and you're a broke drug addict doing gambling shit, you're like, life is like this. It's weird because you don't deserve the money yet. Your brain hasn't like adjusted, right? Like my brain now, it's like, I don't even want, like, if someone gave me like a big deal for something, I'd be like, oh God, that's sketchy right now. Can I just do my shit? Cause I'm trying to go up. I need to be able to feel this through or I won't be able to handle it. Right. Like if I want to be successful in whatever realm that is.
It's like finding $100 on the street where you're just going to go blow it on dumb shit, but it's like finding $20,000 and now you have in your account and you don't know how to handle that. So it's like,
well, no, then you're like, I'm going to a party tonight. First things first, I'm going to the party and spending $1,000, right? And that's what you do back then because you think people make your life different, and then you realize people make your life hard.
You can't get addicted to like the adrenaline of quick money. You just can't. I mean, in crypto, even if you just invest and hold, like in Hex, when that thing rips, it rips, but it's good because like you have staking to save you from yourself. And I'm a technical analysis person. I really am, but I'm like probably the only technical analysis person that's anti like trade. That's all for like just do the right thing. I do technical analysis because it helps me with other things, like learn, okay, it's probably a good area to buy. This might be a good area to sell. Certain things like that. That's just something like, I think technical analysis is a skill and an actual tool that everybody needs when you're in the markets. But when it comes to just investing money and you're playing the long-term game, it doesn't really matter where you buy. If you're staking 10, 15 years and you're buying at 15 cents, 20 cents, 30 cents, 8 cents, and, Hex goes to $10, there's not much of a difference there. You're still going to be good.
Correct. Like the time in the market versus the timing of the market.
Yeah, there's no way around it. Everyone wants to find a way around it. There's no way around it.
No.
And you see that behavior though of like being like kind of the get rich quick type thing with trading, right? And I used to trade like options on Tesla, but then I'm like also there's probably 2 times where I lost like $5,000 at both times. But then there was like a week where you make like $7,800 or something, and you're like, oh wow, and I'm literally just taking 6 minutes of my day to like trade, and it's like this is stupid, like this is crazy to just go through it. I'm literally not doing anything. I'm like, this is so easy. I'm out for a walk.
There is no way around buying and holding. At some point, at some level, the wealth that you will accrue over time will be from holding an asset at some point.
100%.
Yeah, like, and the thing is, like, you can, if like me being in the market for so many years, I can tell everybody, what to do and what not to do, but you have to experience it. That's always the best teacher. But at least with things like Hex, what I love about it so much is like somebody new to crypto can get into crypto and save them from themselves just by making the right decision right up there. Because you say you invest $1,000 and you see it turn into $20,000, everybody in the right mind for the first time is like, okay, let me at least cash out some of that. Next, you're just hurting your future. But like what I loved about Hex is like, wow, not only do you protect yourself from yourself, but you get paid more Hex in doing so by locking it up. So that's why I decided to join the internet and be like a technical analysis guy for the community, just to walk people through the charts, but also to deliver the right message. Like, don't go into this kind of world,
Yes. I right before I got into Hex, so I've only been in for 2 months, but I stopped trading options. I think it was, that was the last time I had made a loss. It was probably about 7 months before that, or a year before that. And I was like, okay, cool. I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm just going to focus 100% on something else. And then I got into Hex, and it was like, oh, this is super interesting because it was also aligned with like the decisions that I was making in my personal life to be like, okay, not doing this anymore at all whatsoever. What do you think like about liquidity providing, as in almost providing that source of income, right? Because people want to see, when they trade, they want to see profit, right? So what do you think about liquidity providing? And because you're able to see profit, right, on a regular basis, but it's like not as emotional in a sense. And this is coming from somebody who has not provided liquidity yet, but it would appear that way. I do plan on doing that over the next couple months.
Yeah, I mean, it's not for everybody. I wouldn't say it's for everybody. It's easier to be an LP when you have a ton of capital or coins to kind of stash away. The whole impermanent loss factor is always a thing, and you guys talked about that already. But it just depends. I mean, like liquidity providing, yeah, it's an easy, like you said, you see the profit. It's slower and steady. It's less of a risk, less emotion. But for someone like me personally, like, I'll do it, early on in Pulse just for the hell of it, at least a little bit in my bag. But I'm one of those guys that I kind of know what I'm doing at this stage of my, I guess, career, what you'd call it in crypto, where I can, if I really want to make, other gains, like that's where I'll use my TA on a brand new coin. When that brand new coin is going to be PulseX, those new coins that come out on the Richard Hart ecosystem, the Pulsechain ecosystem, it's no different than treating it like it's a brand new meme coin. And I would say, to go back before I hopped onto this call when you guys were talking about TA, like, I agree. Technical analysis, especially in Hex, when you're a staker, it really doesn't matter when you're staked out. But technical analysis in general really does matter, especially when you're dealing with brand new coins. And the reason why I say this, because like with meme coins, when they come out and they're brand new, technical analysis is everything because every degenerate in there is waiting for the right buy and sell opportunities. TA is everything. When you're 2 years into Hex or 10 years into Bitcoin, like, yeah, TA is going to show you support and resistance levels, but making price calls and stuff, it just gets harder and harder and harder as the time goes on. But like when Pulsechain and PulseX come out and they're brand new tokens, TA is going to be everything. Jim Ray, I don't know if I know you watch a lot of my Chad streams, but when Hedron first came out and I put the Fibonacci tool on there and we saw that 1.618, that literally was the all-time high, and we forecasted that before it got there. And the pullback was at the 0.382 Fibonacci level. Price came all the way back down to that level, and you saw it bounce right off of that. So if people wanted to trade that, TA was everything, and we can see that coming from a mile away in brand new coins. So it is important, but it's not everything.
Jenkins, it sounds like what I was describing, I don't know if you were here when I was mentioning it, but on the one hand, TA is not valuable. On the other hand, if nobody does TA, then it is 100% valuable. And when something's new, like Hedron or those meme things when they were coming out, or when Pulse or PulseX comes out, they're going to be brand new. So there's not going to be as many people on them, which means it's going to be more valuable at that point. But as soon as there's a little bit of maturity in terms of the eyeballs are continuing to focus on it, then it reduces its
effectiveness.
TA is kind of done naturally though. Like people are going to do TA no matter what. It's just like the data.
Like the thing is TA, it's going to be valuable no matter what, no matter where, but it's less effective and less relevant depending on what coin. Like if you're in Hex and you're staked for 15 years, what's the relevancy of TA today, right? Like that doesn't matter to most people in the Hex community. If you're in a brand new meme coin, TA is everything. It's super relevant. So, but it's always going to be valuable at the end of the day. But yeah, as coins go on 2, 3, 4 years, what seems like a simple, normal technical analysis pattern is going to get manipulated like crazy because everyone's waiting for that pattern now. Then you'll see the institutions and the banks and maybe even the government get in there and kind of throw a wick down to kind of, wash people out, or just print this picture perfect pattern and make you think like, oh, it's going one way, and then boom, they crush you and go a whole nother way. So it gets a lot trickier as time goes on, as the coins kind of mature. But there's always going to be value there, but the relevancy of TA just depends on who you are and what you're holding.
Where do you see the biggest value portion of TA for you?
Me, it's just understanding where a potential top might come and understanding where a potential bottom might come. That helps me with buying opportunities. So like, for example, in Hex, like this whole 10-cent range we have, 10 cents psychological level. Everyone, nobody wants to buy at 11 cents. Nobody wants to buy at 9 cents, but people would love to buy at 10 cents just because it's 10, it's not 9 or 11. It's a whole round number. But what I would say the most value there is just like, just forecasting potential tops and potential bottoms for buying and selling opportunities. Like I said, in Hex, I don't use TA and Hex to look for selling opportunities because 98% of my bag is stakes. I think it's down to like 95 ever since I did the whole Chad stuff with the other coins. But are
you a maxi Chad?
You said what?
Are you a maxi Chad?
A maxi Chad? So I'm not as familiar as I should be with maxi. I did a little bit of research into it a couple days ago, but that's the thing about me. So like, I'm the type of person, I'll buy anything as long as the coin's unreleased. But lately, there's been so many coins popping up that are just waiting for Pulse or something. It's like, just let them hit the market and I'll buy them. Unless there's like a sacrifice phase or something where I can get in early. I know the Maxi coin it's dropping tomorrow and you can mint it tomorrow if I'm correct, right? Or
it's a 15-day one-time minting.
Yeah, so once it's actually live, and if there's 15 days that I have, once it actually hits, that's where I'll jump in and get right to it. The only things I really spend too much time on before they launch are things that are like really complex, like Hedron. That was pretty complex, so I took a lot of time understanding it right before it dropped. But like Pulsechain, the testnet, I'm spending a lot of time on that because I realized like getting familiar with that now before it goes live, there's an advantage there. But a lot of the coins that drop, I'm the type of person where I'll just sit and wait for it to actually be live because we're like 6 sacrifice phases deep in this community. We're like 9 coin announcements deep in this community. I'm just like, there's so much, and it's like, I don't want to call it a promise coin space, but it's like, it's all these things of like this. We're just looking at the future. Where's the present?
You're speaking of what GRC has been saying for the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, this is kind of my tune, pretty much. Like I started. So basically, what happened is, in no offense to any projects, if you take offense to it, you're stupid. But I started doing all these projects and asking all these questions and rewatching them and thinking about all the questions, and I'm like, none of this stuff exists yet. It's like at the end of the day, we can say whatever we want about the algorithmic state, where you can beat into every little detail of the coin, and it's like it doesn't exist. So I mean, at the end, there's too many variables for me to like potentially like just talk about it like I know it's going to work, because I really just don't.
Yeah, and like and the thing is too, like there's enough people out there that give us great content for them. So like me, I'm the type of person, I'd rather just consume content and something I know rather than be the person that learns everything and provides content and everything. I'm like, no, I'll just stick to what I do and just keep learning off the people I've always learned from. So it's easier for me, more convenient, less time and energy spent, you know, researching. I can watch one stream from like Whales Only and I'll get everything that I need for the entire week, you know.
Where are some of the sources that you'll go to get some information?
I mean, it's crazy, but Twitter and YouTube, like that's, and the people.
So, but like, who are the people that you're gonna go like take a look at, or that you find interesting? If you something like this past week, is there something that you were like, oh, this is interesting?
I'm dropping Chad Jenkins' link in the comments right here. It's also in the description.
Oh yeah, you don't even worry about it. I'm just here
Why
to chill
not,
with you
bro?
guys.
Why not, bro?
For 95% of what I watch is like Richard Hart. Richard Hart's like, and I know that's probably an obvious answer, but like Richard Hart literally like will listen to one of his streams will teach you more than you need to know. But
well, you literally just answered it, because the 5% doesn't really matter as much, right? Yeah, it does matter, but like 95% of what you're consuming is, or you know what I mean, is
I'll watch Richard Hart. It's like, but like I'm not the type of person that's gonna sit there and watch like BitBoy Crypto or like whoever other like public influencers are. They're just the value's not there because they're talking about shit that's like not as, or sorry, they're talking about stuff that's like not as relevant for like people like us who kind of know a deeper level of what crypto actually is. But that's like Richard Hart, yeah, for that. Like for this Maxi coin that's about to come out, I'm just going straight to the source, the people that created it, and I'll go to their Twitter page, their Telegram page, and that's it. Like I just go read and talk to a few people in the community. Yeah, like the communities teach you everything. That's what I realized in crypto is if there's something you want to learn, go to the Telegram page of that specific crypto and talk to the community, and people will help you out because people are passionate about what they own. And it's easy, right? You don't have to sit there and do the research. I'm the type of person that would prefer to just have a conversation with a smart person as opposed to reading and researching for 3 hours, you know? So I just like to keep it simple. Simple's easy. Like in crypto, like things that don't make sense make money.
You create content. So like digesting content when you stream is much more difficult because you don't want to be staring at people talking when you're talking a lot too.
Yeah. That's why I just do what I do. That's why I'm straight. That's why I do what I do. I do charts and technical analysis because I realized like there was a need for that in the Hex community when it came for us. I'm like, let me just do what I know I can fill in for the community, and I just play my role. That's it. That's what I am, and that's the only reason why I'm on the internet. I'm gonna give value in this specific part of the world for the people that need it. If people don't need it, it's a-okay. Like I don't need the internet. I can delete my Twitter and YouTube right now and be a-okay. Like I'll still watch the same people, talk to the same people, and still my portfolio is not going to be harmed. So I'm just here for whoever needs it, and that's it.
Well, you're doing a public service now. It doesn't matter what anyone says. If you're up here telling people the truth in any way, shape, or form, it is a public service in 2022 because everyone's lying.
Yeah. Oh yeah, of course.
Everyone's lying. So if you are even, I don't care if you're making $1 million, $100 million, $1 a day. If you're telling the truth, you're good by me because no one's telling the truth anymore. They're all lying. And then everyone believes that the people that are lying are telling the truth. So you can't even.
And it's tough too, because like the truth is like, yeah, I would say genuinely like the Hex community, you're going to hear more of the truth than not, but it's tough. Like when you're making so much content, it's so easy to just drive off and start throwing your opinions out there. But that's where like you find other people to debate with, you know, and stuff like that. And it's healthy for everybody. If two brilliant minds disagree on something, it's good to have a debate for the people, for the sake of them, that they can learn something off of it. So like that's the beautiful part about this. And that's why I like actually being involved in the community and stuff. So yeah.
What you literally described is what I see playing out over the next couple of years because of literally what we're doing here, but this type of thing is amplified across a million other people where somebody's putting out a opinion on something, and it is happening on the millions on YouTube, on Twitter, on all these other platforms, and the information was siloed or in these like silos where there's a lot of people who didn't have access to the information. But today, when you just said, right, you're going to have two opposing opinions, it's not going to necessarily be as much value between those two individuals, but it's going to be more valuable to the people who are going to be watching, who get to see how those people are actually thinking about the world and choosing the intelligent stuff from each person. But we have this at a macro level taking place.
Yeah.
So this is the amount of change that's going to take place over the next decade is stupid, because so much that information is now going out to everybody in like rural towns all across the country, all around the world, where people are learning things that they've never ever even thought they'd had access to, and how to do different things, and then they're being inspired to take action. Like the next decade is going to be so, like, yes, we see it with crypto, we already know that, right? But it's happening in all the different areas of life. It's crazy how much change is going to take place over this next decade. Like, I'm super excited.
Yeah, it's an ever so evolving ecosystem and world that we're participating in, and the what we understand today is going to be way different from what is actually the reality in a year. So, and that's what's important. The people you follow, you have to follow people who are constantly adapting to the world. You can't follow the people who maybe struck gold one time that are hanging on to their old belief system, because crypto today is not going to be crypto in a year. So, but that's why I like this community too. That like the leaders of this community, at least the ones I follow, are the ones that are in tune with the world and always adapting to what's changing. Like even Richard Hart, like I always bring that up in my streams. He hated Ethereum at one point because he was a Bitcoin maxi. Then he updated his worldview and built something beautiful on top of it. You know, that's what a smart person does. And that's what this community is full of, at least from the top. And I'm sure, like, I don't see everybody, but yeah, it's changing so fast. So you just really have to stay in tune. But it's weird because you can't go out and buy a book on crypto. You can't, because that book that was printed is going to be outdated in 2 weeks. So you have like things like Twitter and YouTube. Yeah,
you take 30 days off without looking at your computer or phone, you are a noob again.
Yeah, you can't. Like I've been on Twitter, just like I had this, not a burner account, but I had this anonymous account just to follow specific people for the information. But like, I'm like, okay, when I realized I can do technical analysis for the community, that's when I went Jenkins mode on everybody last year. But like Twitter is like, yeah, it sounds funny, but like if like my parents ask me like, oh, how are you learning? I'm like, oh yeah, Twitter and YouTube. They're like, what? The internet? I'm like, it just is. Like the internet's filled with
real time. It's real time learning.
It is. You just have to follow smart people on the internet that pay attention. A lot of stuff that I don't pay attention to, I'll open up Twitter and I'll see Hexicans or Richard Hart himself posting something that changed or something that's new. I'm like, oh, there we go. Now I have something to look into, and without me having to go find it out the hard way or for myself, you know?
Yeah, that's basically what I'm doing on this show. Is like as Pulsechain launches, I'm just going to be every day like making sure that we're all on the same page and nobody's getting scammed, and it seems like we're all in order if they're watching the show, obviously.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And that's what I'm just going to do. Like in the mornings between 4 in my show, I'm basically going to do all this shit myself, then do the show and talk about it with Sam, because then it's actually going to be more active because we're all going to have our airdrop, so we're going to have to, do stuff.
There's a lot going on. Yeah, once Pulsechain
it's going to be a
drops,
super. Go ahead.
yeah, go ahead, Sam.
No, go ahead. I want to hear what you're going to say.
I was saying, yeah, like once Pulsechain drops, there's going to be a lot of Hex Pulsechain ecosystem based coins. And like, I'm going to be a very busy person doing charts. So like right now I'm just chilling. Like I'll do my streams every once in a while, but like, I understand once those coins drop, I'm going to be just going full fledged. Like, okay, like streams are going to be like 2-3 hours, because there's going to be so much to talk about. And like, yeah, it's exciting, but there's a lot coming. So I'm preparing myself for that. And like, I know my role for the community that I'm gonna play, so I'm actually excited for it. But there's a lot coming.
Well, okay, so more of a personal question. In the money side of things, so you are generating income outside in fiat that you take and you put into crypto, or is it like the crypto bag so big you're like, I'm not even trying to do that kind of stuff?
So like, yeah, once I left my job, I was in that mind state of crypto bag so big I don't need a job. But then I realized like taxes are, whew, They will get you, especially, they will get you even if you don't withdraw. If you're exchanging and trading, they will get you. So I'm like, okay, there's other things that I do now. I don't work a conventional job, but with time, a couple of years of realizing, okay, what can I do with my capital that can help me make money in the real world? That's what I focus on. So all the stuff that I hold in crypto, like I plan on holding. I don't plan on spending it, because I realize that's the only way I'm going to stay successful in it. So Yeah, and then like Hex, like I said, the thing I like about Hex is it doesn't give you an option. But yeah, my focus is if I really want to buy something, let me go earn some fiat some way in the real world and get that onto the actual blockchain and buy what I want instead of using another asset to buy an asset. You know, cash is like the worst asset to hold, but it's the easiest tool to use to get, you know, an asset in the system. So I'm all for that.
How did you keep track of your tax stuff when you're doing TA for trading purposes? Right?
Yeah, so there's software on the internet that you can link your wallets up to, and it'll process all the transactions. But you have to go through every single transaction. That's another thing too. If you're a trader, that not like a forex trader, because that's easy. When you use a broker or an exchange, they'll do it for you. But if you're a trader like on DeFi and Ethereum, you have to check every single transaction. So if you trade throughout the year and you realize you have 1,700 transactions at the end of the year and you have to go through them one by one, that's not a fun thing to do. But there's software that helps you do that, but you still have to double check that. Like it was a weird. I mean, I'm not a tax advisor, so I won't dive too deep into that. But there is softwares on the internet you can use that'll help you track all that and file it properly. Because yeah, that's one thing. I'm not going to say I'm scared of taxes, but I always fear something biting me in the ass one day.
I'm so scared of taxes, dude.
Yeah, it's like, you know, I don't mind paying them, I get it, but it's like I just don't want to not file something, then get hit in 5 years. I've seen so many people in the trading world that they thought they were doing the right thing, and then they were doing the wrong thing for 4 or 5 years, and IRS just comes out of nowhere 5 years later with a big bill plus a fee, and it's like, you better take care of that or else your freedoms get stripped away. It's like,
they're not coming to Hexaco without a fight, yo.
Yeah. That gun's only gets you so far when it comes to tax.
No, they'll be confiscating that next week anyway. So
yeah, no, I mean, no, they're not confiscating that, but if they
try what's going on in China, dude, you never know. That shit's whack. But we're not going to talk about any of that stuff online.
Yeah. That's a whole different story. But to answer your question, Sam, there's softwares out there that can help you track every transaction that you do in the crypto space. That'll help you at least do your best to file, you know, and make sure you're doing the right thing. But like I said,
the way that I do it is I have an account with enough money to cover all the taxes.
There you go. Yeah, and yeah,
that's kind of how I do it. So if I get scared and it's just like, oh my god, someone, and then I'll have like an emergency, because I'm a little bit AD when it comes to the taxes. Because to be honest, I just don't want to look at it.
Yeah, and the thing is too, I got to the point where like my only withdrawal this year that to actual bank account was just to pay crypto taxes. Like that was it. So, but like everything you hold, and there's time frames. The longer you hold, the better it is for tax and stuff. But that's the thing too. If you're in crypto and you buy and hold, it helps you make more money. It helps you stay in the long-term game, and it helps you avoid taxes and push it off at least. You know, maximize your dollar that you're getting back in return. You know.
Yeah, I've never really taken any money out of crypto, if I'm being really honest. Nothing at least significant that I remember.
Keep it that way for as long as you can.
Yeah.
You'll be in a great situation.
That's what everyone told me, and I was just like, okay. Like I got it right away. It made sense to me. I was like, they just printing out money. Everyone's going to shit. No one knows what to do with their money. I'm gonna just park it for a while.
Yeah, you don't want to learn the hard way. I learned the hard way, and that's the thing. I think why there's so much value in my streams and what I do is because I learned the hard way in so many things that like I can tell people like, okay, this is just me talking from experience, and things are more pure and genuine when you speak from experience. But yeah, I've learned the hard way in everything that I've done in crypto. So it wasn't fun, but and now that I look back, I'm like, okay, I wouldn't change anything about that.
Yeah, it's funny you're mentioning like about the experience thing, because then like I have this idea over the last like couple days. Think about like the experience of like people who are teachers, and I know there's some really awesome fucking teachers that are really great, right? But you're like you're gonna try to learn how to like make money in school from people who don't fucking make any money. And what about designing a school where the only people who can be teachers are people who are generating over $1 million a year income or something like that, because they're going to actually be able to provide valuable information other than fluff and bullshit that's like provided today in school.
The only the only problem with that is if you have a billionaire, I doubt the last thing they want to do. I mean, I promise the last thing they want to do is go and be a teacher, because they're probably making way more money elsewhere. But the idea of it, yeah, great. But there's
a lot of really good people who like I talk to people every single day through the stuff that I do, and I just help people whether they're buying my shit or not. And I've talked to other successful people, and there's even people that have been on here, and not that they would do it full time necessarily, but if somebody else was organizing it, they would be like, okay, cool, I'm coming in here for 45 minutes, and it's just nonstop value because they're actually doing it in real life versus like the reality that people like think school is today, where it's people talking about shit that they've never done before. Like what you were just describing. Like, why my shit is valuable is because I went through it. I did it. I lost money. I did this. I tried that, right? And like we're like telling society, right, is that like going to school and learning from these people who have never done any of these things in real fucking life.
Well, here's
is
the
a
thing.
good idea.
The thing about this, like if you really think about it, like we're all in school through YouTube. Like that's what the streamers, at least in this community, from Richard Hart down, like people are sharing their experiences daily, what they've been through. And me, when I first got into crypto, like, yeah, YouTube was my school. You can't go to school. And like you said, there's no school that teaches crypto or anything because it's not a part of the world yet. But it's like YouTube is the school for the people that want it. You can go find any information on what exactly, and specialized knowledge. So specifically what you want to learn, there's always going to be something out there from somebody that's been through it by going onto YouTube, you know? So it's like,
but you, like you said, right? Like imagine, could you imagine you're like, I'm going to go to ABC school and I'm going to take, it's going to be a crypto degree. You imagine what you guys were both talking about, being a month or 2 months outside of crypto.
I wouldn't even read the books. I'd be like,
it would be so antiquated. It would be so horrible.
Off, man, this is old tech, bro. Like, what if
the information would be so old? It would be old.
You get that degree just to realize what you learned, it doesn't apply anymore. You get the degree and you're a Bitcoin maxi by the time you graduate.
Wait, does that happen in every industry? Yes.
Yes.
Just don't let you know that because they want you to go to school for 4 years.
Yeah, and it's just
minimum.
It's just a new world. It's a fast-paced world, ever so evolving so quickly before our eyes that the opportunity for each and every one of us, if we're here today, the opportunity is massive. Everybody has the power to shift their life from the palm of their hand holding a cell phone or sitting in front of a computer. I've witnessed that myself. Like I told you guys in the comment before I hopped on the stream, like TA allowed me to make more money than I can dream of working a job for the next 40 years of my life. Like it's physically impossible to just match this unless you have a really good job, to match the amount of money you can make in crypto with actual physical labor. So it's just it's just a beautiful opportunity. That's why I'm here. I'm like that's my purpose. Because once you make money, you realize like that doesn't solve everything in life. It solves a lot of things, but it doesn't solve everything. There's still an emptiness there. And you kind of evolve from like, okay, you want to make money, you get to the money. You get to the money, it's like, okay, what's next? You want to add value to the world. You have to fill yourself up with some purpose. And that's why I kind of came to the internet. I'm like, there's just helping the world. If I can help one person, every stream that I do, I go in with the mentality that there's one person out there that's going to hear one thing that I say in this whole hour that's going to stick with them for the rest of today. And that might spark the inspiration to have them create an idea that can help change the world or help me eventually, you know? So that's just what the world should be about.
Don't you think that's a little crazy how I've only been in for 60 days and I've known about crypto and like I owned Bitcoin like 10 years ago, but lost it. And so I haven't been paying attention. And what you described, I think, is what the underlying pieces that attracts, one of the pieces that attracts all of us here to it is that you can solve the money problem and then you got to deal with yourself. Right?
Oh yeah.
You're like, if I get money, then I can be happy. If I get money, I can be fulfilled. If I get money, then I can fix my relationship or this, whatever the fucking story somebody's telling yourself. But then what you're describing is like, you have to take responsibility for that to go above and beyond. And in this community, at least, and maybe it's a little underlying throughout crypto in general, but like just on steroids in the Hex Pulsechain community,
fucking shredded.
is that everybody's like trying to like achieve that greater level of depth in themselves that's not always there in like dealing with their problems or moving forward. I don't know. It's a very refreshing thing and definitely something that I'm attracted to in the community as I talk to more people like Jenkins or like GRC and like the shit I talk about all day.
And like the thing is too, it's like it's a bittersweet feeling because once you make the money that you've desired to make in your life and you realize your closest friend and your family is not in the same situation as you, although you tried to help them, but like it's one of those, you can't help someone who doesn't want to help themselves, but it still hurts to see the people that you love not be in the same situation as you. Like if you have a normal conversation with a normal person, not that, you know, we're better than anybody, but like they still have to go like do something, like go to a job that they hate because they didn't make the same decisions you made. Like, so it's like, that's why I've shifted my focus. Instead of giving people money or anything, I've tried to help people learn how to make their own. And what better way than just to sit down on your ass on the internet and do it in crypto? Like, there's no easier way to do it, no more fun way to do it, no faster way to do it. So, but it's like, yeah, there's a sense of fulfillment that I strive for now, and at this stage of my life where like money doesn't matter. Like, everything in crypto can go to zero and I'll be like okay in my situation, but it's more of like, what kind of value can I add? Can I just spark inspiration in somebody out there? You know, that's the approach I take every day. And I make sure that if I'm going to speak on the internet, try to fill it or have every word that I say be backed with value. Like, the value has to be the core foundation of everything that we do. And this whole community that we have as streamers and hacks, it's just beautiful to see. Even the new streamers that come out, I'll watch any stream. If I'm sitting at home and I go on YouTube, I see new people, new faces streaming. They're trying to add value, and it's like, what's better than that? If we keep sparking that, like, one match can light 100 matches, and then 100 matches can light 1,000 matches, and then that's how you build a big community. And you know what happens when you build a big community and spark inspiration through millions of people? The coins that you hold go up in value, insane amounts. So it's like you're making money on top of all that. So,
but you change the fucking world, right? You imagine taking like those several people, right? And then everybody's got that ripple effect where you have 10 people that are affected from that, and then 10 additional people from those 10 people. And this giant amplification effect happens where there is a worldwide awakening to people like providing value, and the bad behavior that people are doing is getting exposed, and then it's thus reducing that bad behavior overall. And it's almost a euphoric utopia of like a way of living. But I think the only idea that we have that is because in terms of, when I say those two words, like euphoric, utopia, right? It's like a far off Disney fucking movie, right? That's like fake in most people's minds. It's just because we've had the things that we've had for so long, and this wasn't possible until today with the communication that's going on. So I believe we can create that. We can create that by what we're just literally talking about here, and going through and impacting more and more people.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's at least one person that's watching this stream that's going to take one thing that one of us said with them, and that's it. That's it. That's enough. That's literally the entire purpose. And like the way I treat it when I'm on, like, you know, the internet and stuff. I mean, Twitter, I'm a little bit more loose. I troll and have fun and entertain. But like, at least when I'm doing streams, I just treat it like, okay, like the words I'm putting out there are the same words I would teach my kids. I don't have kids yet, but the same stuff I would say to my kid is the same stuff I'll tell everybody on a stream. It's just like, you just have to genuinely be a good person and try to help to the best of your ability, right? The shittiest people are the ones that are aware of what's good in crypto, like things like Hex, that still gatekeeping and avoid it. Those are the real scumbags in the world. And there's still, for every one of us, there's still 10 of them, maybe 15, 20. But you just, like, the wave's going to shift.
God,
you can't stop the tide.
They boil my temperature, man. they boil me up so bad because I got so wrecked. Nah, and the guys would say different probably, but you know, I remember when Hex first came out, I was totally fudded out. I didn't know anything about crypto enough yet where I could make any substantial decisions about nuance. And these guys were just like, Richard Hart's going to fucking jail. And I was like, okay, like, fuck it, I get it. Like, that's, you know, I was like, whoops. And then, you know, I bought it later, obviously. But once it all came together for whatever reason, I started watching his stuff and realized how honest he was and how his detail. All I look for in this world is detail. I hate when people talk fluffy around the bush. The second someone starts getting away from the point, I'm like, you're a bullshitter.
Yeah.
Why are you getting away from the point? Like, what's the point of even going? Like, what is the answer? Do you not know? I always say it when I don't know. Let's get someone on. Chad Jenkins might know.
I appreciate that.
That's literally why we are here.
I appreciate that.
Yep.
Oh yeah, go ahead, Sam.
What is like because like what you're talking about with TA is like how I think about, or like how I am with fitness, but I understand that 99.99999% of people will never even desire to achieve what I've done or do in fitness. So if there was something extremely simple, like a practical takeaway there's somebody who is never going to try to even slightly achieve the level of like competence you have with TA that you could give as a takeaway? What would that be? Like,
It's tough because because like I would say this is the wrong answer, but for like I would say is like, yeah, if you own a coin, TA is valuable because it's the coin you own, but then you're gonna get emotional about it. I would say it just starts with you just have to have a passion. You have to want to learn it and just be passionate about it. Me with like the markets, I love crypto. I love doing chart work and stuff. It's just like it's become part of my lifestyle, but it's like it's backed with passion. And it's like you can't really teach that or give that advice to somebody. And it's like I don't really have, unfortunately, a good message to get somebody into TA because TA is not like exercise. Like if you do TA, it's not going to make your life better or worse. It could make your life worse. It could make your life better, but there's no guarantee. If you do 10 push-ups, you know you're building muscle, no matter who you are. So I would say it's just like with TA, it's one of those things you just have to have the genuine interest in learning and being evolved. And I think it goes beyond it. Like if you have a passion to understand crypto itself, TA is going to be one of those things that you're going to eventually want to do with it, you know?
Jenkins, sorry to interrupt you. Somebody was like, all three of these fellows work out. You work out, bro?
I do. Yeah, I literally today's actually my rest day. I'm going it's tonight. I'm actually doing it's kind of rest. So today's a yoga day. But after yoga, hitting the ice bath and then doing some laps in the pool. That's my recovery day. But I do. I exercise often.
Impressive discipline.
I'm an athlete. I mean, gym rat. You see me in jerseys all the time. You know.
No, I know you love sports and shit, and you're shredded. I just think you can never know. Some people just.
I'm not a massive dude, so don't let anything fool you.
Dude, I'm not a massive dude.
People don't see my body, but I'm 5'9", maybe with some shoes on, 5'8 3/4, 160 pounds. I'm very cut. Don't get me wrong. I'm very cut.
Metrics are not that far off, believe it. Right around the same.
I'm at 10.2% body fat. I'm trying to break under 10 again, but as the years goes on, it gets tougher. But I'm pretty good for my physique, but I'm not a massive dude or anything.
It's fine. Physique.
What's GRC just started leveling up or just putting more discipline into the fitness journey? Like, what's your current goal, Jenkins?
And for my fitness journey?
Yeah.
I want to, so like normally I'm like, most of my life, I was a 150, 155er naturally. I want to get to about like a healthy 175, but also not lose like my quickness and speed and my conditioning. Because I play basketball a lot, and my big advantage is my speed and my quickness and how my tank. I can last 2, 3, 4 hours, you know. But I do want to walk around like a healthy 175. I can improve my chest a little bit, but I also I want to get to like a 175, but stay at between like around 11% body fat or lower. Ideally, which is it's tough with my smaller frame, but that is my goal.
GRC, what is your first? Because we've been talking about this off air a little bit, but you're getting back into the fitness.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try to match my best. So right now, it's just match my best. Because to be honest, I wasn't working as much when I was doing that, and I was going hard. So my best 175, but I was so pissy strong, it was disgusting. Now I think I was actually like 181. Dude, I was benching like 275 for like 4 or 5 at like 170 pounds at some point. Now I can't even do that at all. Like I would crush and kill me. But my workout training style has changed. Like I used to train heavyweight constant, like as heavy as I fucking could lift every single day. And it worked. I mean, it works great when you're young and your shoulders don't hurt and nothing hurts. And you can do 12 reps of the 110-pound dumbbells and it doesn't. But now I do that shit and it's just more counterproductive. So it's like as I get older, I have to adjust the way I train. But I don't really care about getting that much bigger. I just want to look better naked.
So dropping a little bit of body fat, putting on some.
Well, putting on like 6 muscles, more pounds of muscle. And but I've already been there, so it fluffs up really quick. When you've already been at a certain weight, your body can get back to it way, way faster than if you've never entered that weight class. It's just your body. It's just something your body gets used to. So
do you think it's your body or do you think it's a mental thing?
No, I don't. I definitely don't. I think it's I think the muscle fibers just get there quicker because they've already been there. I just think it's just a little more of an inflation, like because you still have some of that fiber. You just can't tell when you stop working out for a while. And it comes back quick when you start really digging into it. But I mean, again, 8-10 years of just doing body lifting heavy weight, you learn a lot about your muscles and like how they respond to stuff.
Oh yeah.
Jenkins, do you do like a split of like a, you know, because so in the bodybuilding kind of like world, like what I do, right? GRC does probably something very similar, where it's like, okay, one day is going to be chest, one day is going to be back, one day is legs, kind of thing. Is that how you're splitting up your routine for your workouts?
Yeah, I have a weird way of working out. So there's this book called The 4 Hour Body. It's a big book by Timothy Ferriss, and it shows about the minimum effective dose. I think it's like basically what you have to get out of your muscle just to get that spark, to get what it needs to have that growth, to kind of tear apart the muscle fiber to be able to fill it with the protein. So like, for example, like if today's a chest day, I'll go on the treadmill, warm up, you know, get a sweat a little bit. You jog maybe like a mile, maybe 2, not fast run or anything. But then I'll go do like maybe 2, maybe 3 sets and just really I'll start off low weight, a lot of rep, and then I'll finish off with high weight. I mean, yeah.
So like you're doing 3 sets, you said?
Yeah, sometimes 2. And it sounds like it's not a lot of work, but like I'm telling you, like it works.
So is that first set like 50 reps?
No, not even. So like I'll go on first set, maybe 20 reps, second set, I'll do like 20, 16, 12, and then 10 or 8, depending on how badly like I'm tearing up my arm at that point. But I try to get it to the point where like the first few sets, I want to just use the endurance, get myself tired. And the last 2, now that I'm tired, I want to get that push where like my arms are shaky, but I have to just feel that one burst. Once I get that burst, I know I did the damage to my muscle for the day. That's where I move on, you know? But my workouts usually, like in terms of actual lifting, no more than like 20, 30 minutes. And then I'm a big cardio guy. But that's probably why I can't gain so much weight. But that's usually what I do. I keep it like simple. And I also don't want to abuse my body and overly hurt it. I've been there too many times.
I am definitely somewhere in between Sam and Jenkins, but like I lean a little closer to Jenkins as far as like the body weight that I'm at, 5 more pounds from where I'm at. I wouldn't mind staying there for the rest of my days.
Where are you at right now?
Like 165-ish.
And what's your height?
5'8".
Okay, yeah. So see, you're at a good weight. That's why you look thick. Like not
like if you really look at me, like I'm really not a thick guy. Like I'm
you are. I mean, you're thick for your physique. Like you definitely have the muscle mass.
Fine. No, I just have very defined muscles. Like
what I would say for, I guess, people, I'm not a fitness. I mean, I am. It's been my life. I'm not like a professional by any means, but you're never gonna outtrain a bad diet. One thing that makes life so easy to stay chiseled and keep the physique nice and upkept. Intermittent fasting religiously. It's easy at this point. 16 hours minimum between like your last meal and your first meal for the next day. But sometimes I can push, I think, to 20, 21 hours. I'll still drink water. I'm not like the Ramadan fasting where you can't have anything, but intermittent fasting, we're just only on water for 16 to 20 hours every day. But then I'll eat a shit ton of calories when I do start to eat. And then when I work out, it's like, I feel it, right? And I track the body fat and everything every single time I work out just to see kind of where the results are, because that's where all the truth lies, you know? So, but I would say intermittent fasting is kind of the big key that I have focused on since 2017, where I've seen consistent results. It's been 5 years, and yeah, even my wife too, she's been on that wave, and we're seeing tremendous results for the both of us. So it's
I'm going to read a couple of the comments and feel free to give your thoughts on this. PVM, you raise the weight gradually. So I go very, very light with my weight. Like I don't really lift very heavy. There's some lifts where it's maybe heavy relative to, say, somebody who's watching. But remember, I'm like 240 plus pounds. So like a heavy weight for me is not going to be the same that's going to be for Jenkins, because he's a different fucking size than me. So it's for heavy for me. I'm saying that if I can get more than 8 reps pretty easily, then that's not a heavy weight.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Heavyweight to me, heavyweight, it's all subjective, like you said. Every person's different. Heavyweight is exactly what Sam just said. To me, is if you're hitting 8 to 10 reps, those last 2-3 reps have to be like everything you got, where your arm's about to give out or your legs about to give out. That's heavyweight to me. But yeah, the way I work out, low weight for the first set, and then I add weight. I take away the reps and add weight as I go on. And then once I just feel my muscles just ripped and burst, I'm like, that's it. That's all I need for the day.
And the intermittent fasting thing, somebody else, I forgot where her comment is. I think it was from MoFit Meals. She did a 24-hour fast. I do 24. I don't personally care for the intermittent fasting super often, but I do a 24-hour fast once a month. It's been 8, 9, 10 months at this point, and it is awesome. Like, you feel great. You think a 24-hour fast would be like challenging. It is not. Like, I enjoy it so much that once I hit, I'm going to 250 pounds. So once I get to 250, then I'm gonna start cutting. But I'm going to utilize 24-hour fasting probably twice a month, because you get all this crazy list of health benefits. Plus, you're reaching your fitness goals at the same exact time. You can do the same thing with like the 8-16 for the fasting thing. It's like the cheat code almost, so to speak, in terms of.
Yeah, I agree. Like a 24-hour fast sprinkled in. Yeah, like the first one's always the toughest, but once you get through that and you realize, like, once my first ever 24-hour fast, like I had so much water in my belly that like I almost threw up bile like 18 hours. I wasn't sick or anything, but then like I was so low on energy, I fell asleep early that day. I woke up the next morning and I was so full of energy. I was probably like 30 hours in at that point, but yeah, once you get to that first one, it's not bad at all. I definitely do think that is a great way of doing it. Like not too often though, right? Like once, like I say, once a month, maybe at max, I would try that, but I don't even do it that much. But what I would do, like religiously, like intermittent fasting, like my last meal last night was probably like 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. It's 11 right now. So like literally in 45 minutes, that'll be my 16 hours. I can probably push it.
You asking why you skinny though?
Yeah,
you're going to be skinny. Now, I agree with doing that, but you are only going to be skinny if you do that. Now, I do that too. So don't get it twisted, everyone. Like, I also fast 8 months out of the year, probably, when it starts to get cold. But, when I start amping up my workouts and stuff, I don't fast.
Try getting to 250 pounds where I need to eat a massive quantity of food, and then I fast for 24 hours a month for the health benefits of it. So you take
3 days fast.
I'll do a 24-hour once a month, but it slows down the progress, because then I have to eat more.
Oh no, you shouldn't do it if you want to get bigger.
No, but I do it for the health benefits.
Yeah,
so I'm like, okay, I have to overcome
cell degradation stuff.
Yeah, you got to clean out that entire gut every now and then. Yeah, exactly.
You're so smart.
Yeah, no, she is. I was thinking about that, because your body needs to get to that stage where, like, okay, especially if you're trying to cut, fasting's perfect. You're trying to cut like fat, because your body needs to. If you keep filling your body with food nonstop and your stomach never goes empty, your body's never going to eat off those stored fat cells that are making you feel fat, right? So that's exactly what you need to do. But yeah, like you said, I'm probably not going to gain weight if I continue intermittent fasting. But I'm telling you, I could smash like 300 to 3,500 calories in a 4 hours.
The whole point is, Jenkins, that it makes no effing difference that if you weigh 10 more pounds. Now, if you're going to be a part of your life, like if you want it to be a part of your life but that's only going to be a maintenance thing for you. It's not, your body's not going to accept it. I don't think. It's from what I've seen about your physique, because I've seen your physique before from wearing jerseys and stuff on your stream. You're pretty wiry in general, so like you would have to really try hard to stay at that weight.
Could you add another like 500 calories to your diet per day for the next 3-4 weeks, see and measure it, and then see where you're at?
I could try. I mean, if we want to try something like an actual social experiment on myself, and I can religiously follow something, you guys help me set something up to practice something. I'll do that for the sake of the people that are watching this and for us, and we'll test that.
Yes. Okay. So take pictures. Take pictures.
He's like, I'm out. No, I'm just kidding.
You lost me a picture. I'm sorry. I'm just kidding.
Dude, this is what we're going to be calling Hex Flex. People that we have come on, we're going to be giving them a little challenge, but we're going to figure out what it is. We got to figure out what it's going to be for Jenkins, because it's going to have to be about his calories going.
Yeah. So figure something out for me. I have to get off soon. That's what I'm saying. That figure something out for me.
One extra fat peanut butter and jelly sandwich with banana or whatever kind of shit you like. Honey, peanut butter, fucking add that shit to your stuff. Plus, if you're not eating enough protein, you probably are, but 150 mil.
You don't count your macros, do you?
I don't count them. I'm aware of them. Like I definitely like the protein powder that we use it's literally 5 ingredients. It's all natural plant-based protein. It's not filtered through like an actual animal or anything. So it's really nice and clean. But I'm aware of it. but I don't count it. Like, you know, I could, if I really wanted to take it seriously, I could, but like, I'm very self-aware when it comes to stuff like that. I kind of go based off how my body feels, but guys, I have to cut out on you guys early, but yeah, I'm about 5'9", 160-ish, give or take. I'm trying to get ideally 175. I know I'm not getting there anytime soon, but if I can get to like 165 or so, we'll figure something out. You guys,
all right, so your homework is all you have to do is post a front and back, no flexing, in the mirror. I mean, in a spot where the lighting's good, picture of yourself, and then we can go from there. Because we have to see what you look like, dude.
All right, yeah, I mean that's fair. I mean, I'm not ashamed of myself. I actually lost
a good. I'm just saying, some people don't like to do that shit, you know.
Oh yeah, no, I'm good with that. I mean, I don't mind that. It's like it's whatever. I actually lost a fantasy football bet last year, and I have to put on a Speedo and go walk around a mall.
You better
it's a Packer Speedo.
You better record it.
Yeah, so like, I have to get a little chiseled for that, but I'm good. I'm good.
You get chiseled for your bikini day.
Yeah, for my bikini day. So, but all right, guys, I have
thanks
to cut
for coming
out.
on, man.
Yeah, absolutely. It was nice to meet Sam. I think it's my first time talking to you, so I don't know if I follow you on Twitter or not, but if I don't, just message me and I'll follow you.
We'll make sure you guys are linking up.
Yeah,
it was great to see you, my guys.
Have a good day, afternoon. Enjoy your lunch.
Absolutely. Okay, I'll see you guys.
What's up? That was cool.
So many interesting people. In the Hex
I love it.
Isn't it crazy? Where do they come from? Everywhere.
It's awesome, though. Like it's so awesome to be able to talk to new people who have interesting perspectives and stuff like that. Learn from them, connect with them.
Yeah, and people in this community are just like, they pick someone not to like and they just don't like them, and they never even realize this motherfucker's on stream telling people that he's doing this with 2% of his bag. 2% of his bag, dude. Like, what?
Yeah, it's a tiny. That's why I wanted to highlight that earlier. You know, just because of that.
I mean, I knew that already, and that's why I always liked Jenkins. I was always just like, he says this right shit. He just likes to do this shit or whatever. He wants to teach people. So I'm gonna pull up the hex chart. No, wait. Can we pull up the hex chart real quick?
Yeah.
Because supposedly there's a pumpy poo. Is there a GRC hex in the morning pumpy poo?
Let's check it out. There's a question too from John May a while back where he said, can we move Ethereum hex stakes over to Pulsechain? The answer would be no, as far as I know. No,
but they're getting copied, so they're already moved.
But what do you think the price is going to be? Like, do you think I don't think it's going to be the same.
It depends. It's zero until someone buys it.
It looks like it's up 2 cents. Hold on, let me share this. It's going to be zero. Yeah, I don't see it being the same, but maybe it's actually higher.
It won't be the same, but what they're saying is naturally it'll parity at some point, like due to the value proposition.
Can you see that?
Yes, sir. 13.5. We're up 17.81 on the day. Let's check. I'm going to check over here just the Bitcoin price. Bitcoin's at a flat 40K. Ugh, that doesn't look so hot.
I'm waiting for my refinance to go through so that I can buy some more hex.
I'm waiting for shit too, so I'm not even worried about what anyone's worried about. You think I care about a hex pumpy poo or dippy poo? You'd be wrongy poo, because I do not care at all what happens with price.
When you get your free hex, you get the exact same stake, right?
Yep.
And then if you want to interact with the Pulsechain stake, is it still through hex.com?
Say that one more time. I'm sorry. Yes, no, it's the same thing. It's just on you can do it on the testnet right now.
Oh, and you can interact with the stake. You could stake.
What do you mean interact with it? The same way you can with the Ethereum. It's just
like if you have a hex stake that's 4 years out, right? And you're like, okay, this stake is now 4 years later, and I have to end that. Or say if it's in 4 months, right when the network launches, right? Where do you interact with? How do you do an end stake on the Pulsechain network? Is there another interface?
Go to there. Yeah, it's probably just the website name is probably just one word different, and it'll pull up the same browser, I'm sure. But I'm not 100% sure on that, guy. So what how do you go to go.hex.com on the Pulse chain? Can somebody answer that question? So how do you access when your stakes go over there? Will there be a new website created, or will it be on the same website and then you just click over the browser? There'll probably be a browser on there too that you can just swap it over.
Or is it Bullish that mentions that you just switch the network? So is it like you're in Ethereum network, kind of say MetaMask or whatever, and then you switch that to
Go.hex.com is on the Ethereum network. That's it. And then go.hex.com will have a server where you can switch it to the Pulse chain network. Just like on MetaMask, it's on Ethereum network when you're looking at your Hex coins. And if you switch it over to Pulse chain network, it'll have your Pulse coins under there. Your Ethereum won't be there anymore. If you switch over, you know what I mean?
So it will either be in MetaMask to do it in or Hex, the Go to Hex. There's going to be something where you switch the network. Basically, it sounds like. You're muted.
Yeah, they'll probably just be a button.
Bullish, you are on, but nobody can hear you.
I'll take them off. I'm not sure if he wanted to come on or not. I think he just popped on accident, but I'm not sure. He pop back on if you want to, of course.
Yes.
That'll
be very interesting.
It just sees what network the MetaMask is on. Okay, so when your MetaMask is swapped over to Pulse Chain, and then you go to go.hex.com, and then it'll all be there.
Oh, so you're going to use the same exact. Oh, that's interesting. So you're going to use the same interface, and all you're doing is switching your MetaMask, and then it just knows that the network you're on now is Pulse Chain.
Yeah, because it's connecting to your wallet, Sam. So the go.hex.com connects to your direct wallet. So you know what I mean? It knows exactly.
Interesting.
When you switch over on your wallet, it switches over because it's no longer connected to your other wallet.
What questions do you have, like when that goes live for Hex related stuff or your bag or anything like that? Like, are you like, hey, I'm good. You understand?
No, hell no. I got to play with the testnet forever, dude. It's so stressful. I got to get all my security set up. I got lots of shit to do. I know what it all is though. But like,
should we, we can't check balances live, right? Well, we could, but then you're going to expose your address, right? Like on the Pulse chain, there's a balance.
Hell no.
But we could play with the Pulse. We could play with the test net by setting up a dummy wallet and then playing around with it in there.
I don't like to do that stuff on stream yet, but we could practice it one day because I don't like to pull shit up on my computer anymore.
Well, now, right? You just mentioned something earlier, so maybe we can, whatever. Or I can do it on my side. I can do it on my side.
Okay, we'll do a security episode and we'll talk about shit like that. Well, no, we have Papa B. Guys, listen to this. Everyone in here, listen to this. This is actually freaking gold. So we have Papa B versus Mr. McCoy, Mr. John McCoy. Trezor versus Ledger, the first ever live debate. Trezor versus Ledger, two professionals. Both of them have different stances on the best hardware wallet and why. We're bringing them both on. And it's not an argument or anything. We're all just going to chit chat. So
to the death.
Yeah,
hopefully
to the death.
Some blood
Everyone's
on
gonna
stream.
fight. We're going to fight. We're actually going to just all fight. I'll catch the highlights if there are any killer sound bites. Oh, there's going to be a flex off if anyone really wants to know. Papa B, he doesn't accept this, and I haven't told him yet, but he will be flexing live on camera 100%. 100%. Okay? Wait, I'll catch the highlights if there are any killer sound bites. What up, Orca? What up, Orca?
Orca, by the way, anybody who's listening in GRC, I was talking to Orca. He might be coming on later today. I haven't looked at my Twitter messages yet, but he might be coming on later to try to figure out how to do the live stream on my channel and just talking like that, weird detailed shit that we like to talk about. Right?
Who'd you say it would be?
Orca.
Good. Yep, that'll be good.
I got to figure out how to actually do the live to set it all up and stuff like that.
Real quick, if you're in here, I should do this more often. Please subscribe to the channel. Sam, you need one of GRC's shields for Papa B. Yes, we need We're going to be talking more about the shields in the next coming days. I got some stuff with the shields we got to be talking about. It's going to be lit up, but we're not talking about that anymore. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button. Share it out to a friend. Let them know we're going to be here every single day. We're going to be truth bombing. And when this stuff comes out, we're going to be jazzed up, baby. Aren't we, Sam?
Oh, this is gonna be
We're not worried. We're not worried about the workload. We're worried about the dopaminergic rush every single morning when we wake up because we're so excited to freaking look at stuff.
Yes, I want to get this house refinanced before everything goes live, so I have the extra cash in there and then utilize that. So I'm not sure how exactly I'm going to split that up.
Don't worry, Sam, because that's not how it always works out in time if you just don't FOMO in. If you just don't
Oh yeah,
FOMO.
no, 100%. Yeah, and I actually plan on doing it over the course of several months, just for that purpose. Like not to do.
Wow, everyone's giving love in the chat. Biceps in the chat, everyone's. Sam, let's throw it up for them. Let them know what's good.
Yeah, man. I almost
Papa,
ripped my
that's
shirt
you
there.
really soon.
Yes, that'll
You're
be
gonna be flexing all over the internet.
I am actually training arms today. So after I get off of this in a few minutes, I am going to be going to the gym and I'm going to be hitting some arms. And hopefully maybe I can get some pictures, some swole pictures in the gym or some training footage and put that out there. I want to get somebody to film my entire workout, like do a live workout.
If you let me move in with you for 2 weeks, I'll do it. I'll sleep on the couch, dude. I don't give a fuck.
That would work on the sofa.
Dude, I'll just be quiet and fucking go to bed at 9 too.
Yeah.
So
I literally most of my day is spent in this room, in this chair.
mine will be set. And then all we have to do is just go to the gym and record each other, and then we'll have more content.
Correct.
And we could actually work out without fucking recording ourselves like an idiot the whole time.
Correct.
Dude, we'll be better at working out too because you don't have to record yourself at all.
Or just be distracted.
Dude, look. I got this bitch.
Oh wow! I don't think I've ever used like one of those things they called a real camera before.
Crypto Compassion sent me this.
Dope. Have you started testing it yet?
No, I turned it on and stuff, but I gotta wait. I'm gonna look in a couple videos before I fuck with it. I just set it up there. Yeah, so it's gonna be absolutely Liddy McTitty. We're gonna do 2022 bot. There's gonna be vlogs. We're gonna be vlogging. I'm gonna be going to crypto shit across the country. I don't give a fuck anymore. Let's go. I got my camera. I'll pack it up, baby. All I need is a laptop and a microphone.
Yes, sweet. Well, that'll be good. I'm actually gonna head out and go to the gym right now.
Let's do it.
This is good. I appreciate your time. Everybody else who was in the comments, thanks for coming by today too. There was a lot of activity in the comments today. So thank you. I'll be talking to Hex Orca hopefully later today on my channel going live. JRC, if you want to come on there, let me know. Probably 4 p.m. EST. I haven't checked my message with him, so I don't know if he's actually available or not. I think he said he was more than likely to be available, but if anybody wants,
we'll talk right after that.
Cool.
I mean, we'll talk right before. I'll talk to you in a minute. Now I'm just reading comments.
Cool. Hey, peace out, guys. Thank you, sir.
Back up your channel and streams. Yes, you're right about that, JR. I'm working on that. It's on my to-do list. Share Telegram page. Okay. Can you Bullish share the Telegram page really quick? I appreciate that so much. Thank you very much. I'm going to be looking at the chat here, Hector. Crypto Compassion. You just made a lot of good workout videos to be able to happen. So it's going to be absolutely lit when we get this shit going because I'm about to go down to Florida and chill. Lotioning and oiling. Yes, biceps on point. Thank you, MoFit Meals. Appreciate that very, very much. Anyone, any questions for me or anything about the channel or anything you like or dislike, put it down below real quick, along with any comments of anything I'm going to be reading. I do love arm training as well. To be honest, I really do enjoy arm training, and my arms aren't that big, so it's just way more fun, you know? It's way, way, way more fun. Let me see. John May's in here. Terrafin, good to see you as always. Bradley Lincoln with all the biceps. All the biceps. Fantastic. Guys, I have a Telegram channel. My Telegram channel is run by my boy Bob Lagai. We go in there, we chat up. if you want to join, we'll be posting fitness stuff in there as we go. As I get my camera set up, I'll be posting fitness stuff. Oh, did I just get a super chat? What? Bradley Lincoln. Hold on one second. Bradley Lincoln, thank you so much for the super chat, $5. I really appreciate that. Your beard is extremely high volume and extremely high testosterone, which is what we love. Yeah, that's your second super chat, bro. What the heck? Thank you. That's so nice. Back and biceps is amazing, guys. So I have a Telegram group here. I'm going to pull it up real quick. Telegram, hit that Telegram. Go across the country. Yeah, I'll be going across the country, guys, here shortly, vlogging and shit. Fucking why not? What am I going to sit here for? So we'll see. It'll be lit. Be going and moving with Sam. It'll be lit. We'll be streaming in the same room like Joe Rogan and shit. Oh shit, we're gonna be streaming in the same room. That'll be tight. Yo, oh my god, everyone's gonna realize how small I am compared to Sam. Fuck. Forgot about that too. Yeah. Wrecked. Yeah, join the Telegram, guys. Anyone who likes fitness, anyone who likes any of the stuff we talk about health in there a lot too, pharmacology, HRT, risk prevention, heart health, blood pressure, kind of more like just staying alive long-term stuff. Not so much. We do, that's what I'm planning on talking in there. Lots of risk prevention. Stream from a different room. No, we're not going to stream. We're going to stream in the same room like Joe Rogan and shit. Wouldn't that be cool? Like it's Joe Rogan, me and Sam sitting right across. I like that. What do you think about that, Bullish? I'm like, what's up, guys? I see you're all joining the Telegram group. I appreciate that. It's really fun in there. Who do you guys want me to bring on? Does anyone want me? What do you guys think about the Papa versus I might have no Bullish. Oh, I didn't read that right. That makes so Bullish is gonna come live. We're kicking all the girls out, and we're gonna all live in the same place, and we're gonna just do a studio. Real life Jamie, Bullish, real life Joe Rogan, me, real life 250-pound gorilla, Sam Stoll. Ooh, the setup. Look what I'm gonna have to bring all this stuff to Sam's house because he doesn't have a damn thing on the wall. I'm gonna have to do like I'm his mom, get his shit decorated. Because as you can see, I have wonderful tastes. Yeah, the setup will be fire. I wonder if Richard will be streaming anytime soon. Anyway, hit the subscribe if you're in here. Please comment if you're in here and you haven't ever said hi to the chat. I'd really appreciate that. That would be nice. Let's take a look at Nomics real quick. 40K Bitcoin. It was at 39 yesterday, right? What if Hex just went on a tear? That would be disgusting. I mean, I don't really expect it to do that at all. But Richards was in the Twitter space for a second. What? How did I miss that? What was he talking about in there? Can anyone? 6 foot 100. No, John May, you do not want to be 250 if you're 6 foot. That's way too heavy. What were they talking about in there, guys? What were they talking about in there? Yeah, I'd say 225 way better. Even 215, to be honest. That would be my. But I'd have to see how your body kind of looks. Hold on one second. Thank you so much, guys, for sharing this stuff out and being so nice on Twitter. Everyone doesn't mind my spam action on Twitter. I thought I was always going to get annihilated for that, but it's worked out. It's been absolutely fantastic. Oh, he was just listening? What? Oh, that means he's probably in here. RH, if you're in here, I'll send you a link. Just give me a wink. Give me a wink. I'm 225 at 6 foot, leaning out, and will prob come in at 215 for summer. Yeah, that's the thing, Chad. People don't really understand. When you're lean, you look really big for some reason. Like Chad, 225 at 6 foot. At 215, he'll be a little leaner, but he'll probably look more disgusting and big, which is kind of good. You know, we love that gorilla Let someone else do the spamming for you, GRC. Yeah, I know. I'm still a spammer. I like spamming. I like spamming. It's like a job. It gives me something to do in the morning. Send my links around, join up. I'm trying to think of some content for this week. Looks like Hex Token will be on later. It looks like we got Crypto Heartbeat, 12:45 p.m., 4:15, one waiting. Oh, that's at 4 minutes. That'll be a good time to wrap up. So, guys, he's starting in 6 or 7 minutes or 5 or 6 minutes. When this is over, we're all going to jump over there and you're going to say GRC sent you because I want him to feel the love. So go in there and say GRC is whatever they call it, raiding. Can we call it a raid? Here, I'll post a link. I'll post the link to it because I can see it in here. Because I'm trying to get him to come on the show. I don't want to. So I'm going to pump his bags a little bit. Let's pump his bags real quick. I am the spam king. I'm the most honest spammer in crypto. You clip that. GRC is the most honest spammer in crypto. That's the link to his Sam Stoll is always bullish on Tesla. Yes, I'm bullish on Tesla. Yeah, not getting wrecked with the U.S. taxes. I'll bring Funding Jim on. I'll bring a couple big heads on and ask them how to avoid taxes for sure. Not financial advice, of course, just their experience with the tax system for entertainment purposes only. We would never give financial advice on this show. That would make no sense. We are not financial advisors. I've never been trained to do so. And, it could be very dangerous if someone took my information. So all of it is wrong. Yeah, so make sure we go over there. Make sure we go over there and say, oh, Jesus. Say GRC sent you. GRC sent you. Oh, what's up, Benny Blanco? Thanks for all those links. Crypto Heartbeat. Go in there and say GRC sent you before I get off of here. I'm gonna go over there and message him or something. I'm going over there. Send in the troops. Bam. Boom. There it is. Let's go. Biceps in his chat. Throw the biceps up like crazy. I'm throwing biceps in his chat right now. I can't help it. I'm about to get off here because I want people to be able to watch his shit. I mean his stuff. This is the shortest stream I've done in a while, and I'm totally okay with it. I need a little. Hold on, guys. We're gonna raid him up. We're gonna make sure we're spreading the love for the algorithm. Spread the love to the Crypto Heartbeat for the algo. He's a good guy. He's GRC approved. Biceps in the chat. Biceps in the chat. Great stuff, guys. Great stuff. Way to be community members. Wonderful way to help other guys just jumping around. Oh, here these are. Duh. What's up, dude? How you doing, bro? Good to see you in here. Hex Squid, good to see you. John May, thanks for bringing the biceps to over to only Hex Tangent. Yep, Hex Tangent is the only one on this show that can actually give financial advice. It's really funny that that's the case because I don't give financial advice, but Hex Tangent over in Australia, over in Perth, he gives financial advice for a living on the internet. It's crazy. Yes, bro. Dude, I've been here every day, 11 a.m. Eastern. Spread the love, spread the links. Join the Telegram if you want the updates. I'll drop the Telegram again one more time. I'm just doing a little Shelly poo-poos right now. Waiting for it. Oh, my God. Tangent only called the freaking pump. So right, Hex Orca. Hex Tangent is a lethal, bullish fodder, really. He's a fodder. The comments are brewing up. I'm loving it. Hold on. All right. Let's watch him live and see what he said. No, I'm gonna get off, guys. This is too good. I want everyone to go. Guys, go to his chat right now. I'm logging off. I'll flex for you if you go to his chat. Let's go, baby.